Welcome to Sean Can't Cook, but John can. Sean and I have been actors for many years, but I assure you, this is no act. He really can't cook. I'm going to teach Sean, and you at home, how to feel more comfortable in the kitchen, preparing tasty recipes that even the most novice of cooks can create. I will show you step by step how to construct each dish so that when your friends come over, they'll ask, "How'd you learn how to make that?" If you already know how to cook, I hope you'll find a few recipes to add to your repertoire. Let's see what's on today's menu. Hello, and welcome to Season 6, Episode 1 of Sean Can't Cook, but John can.
I really can't.
Oh boy, I thought you were going to work on something
No.
new. Okay, we're back then. He can't, but he's getting better. I hope you're learning some things at home. Today, actually this whole season, we're going to make cookies.
Are we making cookies?
We're making cookies.
We're making cookies.
4 episodes of cookies because we're...
That's a lot of cookies.
It is, and we're going to eat them all.
No, we're not.
In one sitting. No, we're not. They freeze well, so we're going to be freezing a lot of cookies. But the temptation is still just right there, right next to you. These are for whatever holiday you celebrate. We're making these right before the December holidays kick in. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I'm sure there are others. Or if you don't celebrate anything, that's fine too. Just have a cookie. Just have a cookie holiday. That's what we're going to be having for a while. So, first up, I've had this recipe for 30 or 40 years. My sister gave me this recipe. I've changed some things in it a little bit. They're chocolate mint layer cookies. There's 3 layers. There's a cookie kind of brownie thing on the bottom. I don't know what it is. Cookie brownie? You decide.
It's really good.
It's good. The middle is a peppermint cream filling, topped off with some chocolate glaze, which we're going to melt down eventually here. You can use whatever kind of chocolate you want. The recipe that I had unsweetened chocolate and a lot of sugar. I cut down the sugar, and I'm using a bittersweet chocolate chip. These are 72% cacao. These are 60% because when I went to get the 72% again, they were out of them. So I went to 60% cacao. I just like saying cacao.
That's going to be a long video.
So if you want to use milk or semi-sweet chocolate, that's all. You can adjust the sugar level up or down, whatever you're using. I like things a little bit dark, a little bit bitter. I'm not into like super sweet chocolates.
We cut the sugar on this one a little bit too, didn't we?
Yes.
It was really good.
Originally it was a cup of sugar and unsweetened chocolate. I said, you know what, I like dark chocolate. So that's what I changed up a little bit. I added a pinch of salt, just a little 1/8 of a teaspoon, because salt and chocolate go well together. So it's adaptable cooking. You adjust them any way you want. This is our method. So Sean Cam, I know, is up and ready. It always is.
It's always ready.
Let's show you what goes into these, and then we'll come back and put them all together. The ingredients that you will need are as follows. For the first layer, the cookie layer, you will need 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, 2 large eggs. This is 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, and on top I have 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. This has been melted. It is 1 stick of butter, 4 ounces, and 2 ounces of dark chocolate chips. And you need a bowl and a whisk to incorporate all of that. The filling is 3/4 of a teaspoon of peppermint extract, 3 tablespoons of whipping cream, 3 tablespoons of softened butter, and 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to use a hand mixer to mix that. You can mix it by hand if you don't have one. And a bowl and spatula, which we'll need for everything. The glaze is 2/3 of a cup of dark chocolate chips or any kind of dark chocolate. 1.5 tablespoons of butter. If you want more glaze, you can use 1 cup of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you'll need a spoon to mix that together when you're melting it. And the final thing that you will need is a pan. Now, this looks a little different. If you watched our video on how to prepare pans, this is buttered and floured, but what I have done, whenever I mix anything with chocolate, I put a little bit of cocoa and flour, mix it well so there's no streaks of flour, and I use that so that when you cut and serve these, you don't have white on the outside, you'll have a little bit of cocoa. And that's it. Let's get started. Now that you know what goes into them, step one, the bottom layer. So, we talked a little bit about this. This is the pan. It's been floured, buttered, and then floured with the cocoa mixture. Again, just blend this so that it's no streaks, and that'll keep it. If you don't have cocoa on hand, you can just use flour. That's okay. So the first you're going to do,
Okay.
your favorite, eggs. Let me see that face. Yeah, there it is. Eggs and sugar. We're going to whisk those.
The base of everything.
Yes, it is basically. So you're going to whisk those.
All right. I don't whisk very well.
Well, you're going to have
How
to
do you whisk?
break up the eggs.
Like that?
Yeah.
All right.
And then just,
I don't break up eggs very well. I don't like eggs.
It's the Sean John Comedy Hour.
Oh, God. Eggs.
So you're really going to eventually just need to whisk this.
Like that?
Yeah, as fast as you can
Oh,
without
gosh, I'm like a
splashing.
machine.
And try and like lift it up and go down to get, it's the Comedy Hour.
That's what you hired me for. Good Lord.
Higher? There's no pay involved in it. You get cookies, and
Okay.
cookies. So you really want to whisk it as fast as you can.
Like that? Is that
Faster.
I don't know if I can go any faster. Seriously, I don't really
So you
know.
want to like do this so that you can get the air,
whisk
little
at
bit
it.
of air in it.
All right.
And you want to get, occasionally, if I can speak, scrape down the sugar and just kind of keep that going.
I get it.
So we're going to do this for a good minute or two. We want this to be fluffy. We want the sugar to mix in well. So we'll be right back after this guy beats this together, and we'll put everything else together. Okay, this is nice and fluffy. So what we're going to do, you can stop for now.
Okay.
You're done for a little bit.
Oh,
We're going
thank
to add
gosh.
the flour and salt, which is in here. And the...
Keep going, or are you going to dump?
I'm going to dump the chocolate and butter. Now this needs to be cooled. You don't want to scramble the eggs. So this is nice and cool. And I did this in the microwave. I use a low power setting, like 30 or 40, depending on how powerful your microwave is, because you don't want to burn the chocolate. You can also do it over a double boiler, but you really shouldn't just melt it on top of the stove in a pot, because it will. Okay, you can mix.
I like the microwave method.
Yeah.
Is there a way to do this? It all goes in, or just...
Yeah, it'll all blend together.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't want to do it right directly on top of heat. You can do a double boiler if you have one with water on the bottom, hot on top.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, just scrape the sides down. And I'm just going to let him go. And I've got chocolate all over me. But, microwave, 30 or 40. I do it for like a minute, stir it, see how melted it is. Then you can go back, do it for like 30-second intervals at a time, 15-second intervals when it's getting close. I did it about 20 minutes ago. Let it sit to cool so that, again, you don't have scrambled eggs.
You were right. It really does come together.
These are fast.
Wow.
It's 3 layers, so you've got to do 3 different steps. These get stored in the refrigerator, by the way, because of the whipping cream in the middle. So we're going to bake these. Yeah, it's the flour. Did you check the floor?
The floor. I got to scrape the floor.
As our friend's son likes to call it. So yeah, you don't want to overwork it because you don't want these to be tough. You know about that.
That's good.
No developing gluten.
No.
So 350 degrees. This is a 9x9 pan or an 8x8, whichever one you have is fine. 25 minutes. We're going to show you what they look like when they come out, and that's it. So this is step 1. Let's get this in the oven. Oh, sorry, you can pour it into the pan.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll do that.
I will?
Yeah.
All right.
You will.
So...
There's not a lot, so it's very thin.
So let it go, or...
Yeah, just pour it in the pan.
Okay. Do I need to goose it along?
Goose it along, yes. That's a technical term.
It's hard to pour toward the camera.
Uh-huh. Now you know what I've been going
No, I've known
through.
that this whole time. I like it when you do it.
We should probably have a little spatula to scrape.
Can you get the rest of that out? Or...
Yeah.
All right.
You can let that
Drip.
And because there's so little, you want to make sure that you get every drop into the pan. You did very good, Sean.
Did I?
You did very good. You got a gold star for the day.
Ooh, I was worried.
Maybe even one for each layer. So you just want to...
3?
I know, 3 stars.
3 stars for doing this.
So you want to... Oh, the oven's ready.
Oven's ready.
350 degrees, 25 minutes. Check it at 20. Your oven could be a little different, just to make sure. And...
Looks good.
That's that. Nice and even in the bottom. So we're going to put that in, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Smells like chocolate layer number 1. I just took it out of the oven. Let's go take a look.
I'm so excited.
Got a toothpick. You want to stab it in, make sure that there's no raw dough. I usually do a couple times. And that looks good.
Sure does.
So we're going to let this cool completely before we put the mint filling in. So we'll come back and show you how to do that. Chocolate mint layer cookies. We need the mint. So this is the filling. 4 ingredients.
Layer 2.
Layer 2. Yes. So in goes the soft butter.
Okay.
Thought that was going to give me some trouble there. The 3 tablespoons of whipping cream. The little unctuous deliciousness. If you're making these in the holidays, we all overeat on the holidays.
The holidays.
Anytime? Okay. So, I'm going to get this out of the way because that's going to go everywhere.
So did you want some of this in there too?
3/4 of a teaspoon.
Okay.
I'm going to figure this out. The core. I'm going to start whipping this up just a little bit.
Do you want me to add this right in?
Yeah, let's. You know what? Put that in now. Let's get that
Oh
over
boy,
with.
it's clear. It's hard to...
Oops, sorry. These are going to be a little extra minty. So that's good. That's 3/4 of a teaspoon. We're just going to blend this up a little bit. Now, this looks lumpy, and that's okay. It's not going to fully incorporate until the powdered sugar comes in.
Okay.
So I'm just going to scrape this down a little bit. I can smell that mint. I don't know about you, but chocolate and mint, since I was a child.
These are really good.
Like, those are, my chocolate and peanut butter is great. Chocolate and coffee is great. And I'm not even a coffee drinker, but I love chocolate and coffee. But chocolate and mint, that's my jam. So, we're going to put about half of that in.
Okay.
I guess I could have had you do that.
That's right.
So, a little bit more mixing. On low, so it doesn't go everywhere. And what are we going to do now to the bowl?
Scrape the floor.
Scrape the sides.
Oh, and the floor.
And the floor. Get that all.
Do you want this in?
You know what? Good call, yes. Let's put all the rest of that in. And we're going to mix this again on super low. So we mix this in. We're going to scrape this down one last time. Now, if you want, you can add some green food coloring. I choose not to. I like the white, but you can add green food coloring so everybody knows that it's mint. But we know that it's mint.
You can smell it.
Save a little for licking the beaters.
Oh boy.
Because you know I will. So you just want to make sure everything's mixed. And you're going to spread it with that little spatula. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not actually.
Surprise.
I'm always being surprised.
So we're going to... Surprises are good. Just going to spread this a little bit here, a little bit there.
So just move it around.
Yeah.
Oh,
spread an even layer.
It's thicker than I expected.
It's not quite an icing.
Yeah, it's not.
The whipping
all the way to
cream.
the edges, or
Yeah, I go all the way to the edges because we're going to cut them and take them out.
does it have to be on this?
Oh, sorry, no.
That's right. It's rattling.
Sorry. We're cooling it. You make sure this is very cool.
It's very cool.
The first layer, because this will all melt if it's not cool. So this has been cooling for, I'd say, an hour and a half, maybe.
Have you ever had it like melt on you?
No, because I make sure it's cool. I don't have a lot of patience because, you know, when I want to eat something, I want to eat it. But with this, I do have patience. So this is going to go into the refrigerator at this point, and it has to be stored in the refrigerator because of the whipping cream.
How
So,
long does it stay in the fridge
what do you mean?
when we put it in?
Oh, until we do the third layer?
Yeah.
I'd say a good hour till it's set. A good hour. You can check it if it's ready sooner. You can do that. If it's not ready sooner, you have to wait a little bit longer. Again, you want this to be fairly set because when you pour on the melted chocolate, which you have to cool that a little bit. We'll talk about that when we get to step 3, layer 3. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, let this cool for, I'd say, a good hour in the refrigerator.
I'm sure you'll make this look a lot better.
No. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know how you got chocolate streaks in there, but you're digging into that cookie.
I'm digging in. No, I'm
that
very
looks good.
gentle.
That looks good because we're going to cover this up with melted
Right.
chocolate, so you're fine. So we're going to leave it just like
Cool.
that. This is Sean's cookie. So I have a lid that we're going to put on top of there, put it in the refrigerator for a good hour, and we'll come back and do layer 3, and then step 4 is eat down.
Oh,
So,
step 4.
Yes, don't forget about that.
That's the best part.
We'll be right back. Step 3, glazing. So, this is the melted chocolate butter and vanilla extract. It's cooled. You don't want this to be too hot because then it'll melt this.
Are we using the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you're just going to do whatever you want on it. You can paint it on, you
wanna
can
cover
drizzle it. You don't have to.
No?
No.
Oh.
Eventually it might. Again, this originally called for a cup of chocolate chips melted, but the last time you liked it when I made it, you're like, oh, I like this, but it gets hard in the refrigerator.
It's good.
So he was like,
It was
He
good.
was like a little 4-year-old, like, oh, this
It
chocolate.
was good.
It was
I want
good.
to put more on.
So you can adjust this. You can use less if you want.
Or do Sean's method.
This is 2/3 of a cup.
I mean, are we doing all this? Am I
You
doing
can
this?
you can do 2/3 of a cup. You can do a cup. You can do half a cup. If you just want a little bit of chocolate, you can do 1/4 of a cup.
We can put it all on like this.
So that's our dog Pilot's voice that he's doing right now. Oh my gosh. So the secrets of our household are now revealed. So again, you can, if you want to ice this and make it just like a layer of icing on top, glaze, chocolate, whatever you want to call this, you can do that. I just kind of like a little design. So there you go. That's that.
I had my arm in front of you.
Back into the refrigerator it goes until it's set, until you're ready to serve it, and we'll come back and show you what that looks like, and we'll have a little or a lot taste, big taste of it. So we'll be right back. 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer. They're done. Each layer is simple. It does take a little time to, you got to cool it down and everything, but enough chit chat. Let's cut.
Wow.
So this is our little masterpiece.
To the point.
So you can go around the edge to loosen it up a little bit. We cheated a little bit, by the way. We put these in the freezer just for 10 or 15 minutes because we're trying to get this done so we could cut into them and eat.
But is that something people could do?
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted.
See, adaptable cooking.
But don't leave it in too long because then the cookie's going to get really hard. So look at all that. I'm going to save that for a little later. A little extra treat. Again, adaptable. Oh no, this didn't freeze up. So you can cut these as small or as large as you want. And yum, yum, yum. So, who's ready to try a piece of this? The first one, of course, is always the hardest to get out. Actually, we're going to get 2 out at once.
Well done.
I know you want the smaller one. I'll take the larger one. Show the folks at home what that looks like.
That looks amazing.
So you got your first layer cookie, brownie,
Wow.
the mint cream, the chocolate on top. So I'm just going to not use a... Oh, it didn't freeze. It didn't freeze. That's good.
So good.
I know. Chocolate and mint.
I'm sure
Yum.
you could cut a smaller piece.
You need to talk.
Oh. Oh, wow. So good.
Chocolate
Mm-hmm.
and mint.
Mm-hmm.
And these aren't even fully refrigerated yet. We
Oh, who cares?
kind of sped the process
Does
up.
it matter?
And here's the thing. If you take them out to serve and you cut them,
good.
and I feel like I have chocolate all
I know.
over my face. If you take them out and they're kind of hard, let them sit out for like 15 minutes and they'll soften up. and then you can cut them a little bit more easily. But
That's delicious.
chocolate mint layer cookies for any holiday, any time of year. You don't need a holiday, just any day of the year, have a chocolate mint cookie.
This could even double as a birthday cake.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe on my birthday, which is a month away, I think.
Oh, okay.
A month from tomorrow, hint, hint,
Oh.
we could have
Another one of these.
another one.
things.
This will still, well, I don't know if this will make it another month.
No.
But these freeze really well. We've done that.
Mhm.
Take them out, let them thaw out for a little bit, and you've got a little treat from the freezer. Please subscribe down below somewhere and follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Sean can't cook, but John can. We thank you for watching. Happiest of holidays to you,
Yes.
and we'll see you soon for another episode and another cookie coming up next soon. So let's finish this cookie now. See you next time. Yum.